Hi guys, it's me T coming at you with a reading. What was I gonna say? I don't know what's going on with my hair today. Not having the greatest hair day, but we did the thing. Um, what was I gonna say? Let's turn this more towards me. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. A little down, a little. Let's relax and do this. Amen. Okay. Woo, man, do I love a reading chair for reading and doing readings? It's the fucking best. Hi, Mimit. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, my sweet Sita girl. So it's June 13th. It's a very divine feminine day where the females who can sit pretty today and receive these energies are very fortunate to do so. Um, and yeah, so that is what I'm doing today just to see like what is going on. Um, all right. So let's see what's up. My little doggy girl. You okay, listen, we established already. No, we established already that there might be no space for you up in here when mama's doing readings. But she'll try anyway, you know what I'm saying? But men, you're gonna have to go down, baby girl. You're gonna have to go down. Go down before I get fierce. Uh-huh. All right. You're finding a way? All right, then. But you can't be squiggly and scraggly and yeah. All right. Highest and best and most joyous and most, I'm even getting effective and authentic and um, most most filled with clarity and most truthful yin card of the day, please. There you go. And same being applied to the yang card. Wow. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Okay, let's see if that one comes out again. It's definitely this one. But the one that did flip, I think, was You Can and You Will, just in case anybody's curious. Um, but also on the interior, you can do the hard things. Yeah, I got this card this morning, so I feel like we're on the accurate path when it kind of repeats like that in terms of confirmation. So yeah, it was not meant for us to take the You Can and You Will flying card because sometimes it's true. Sometimes the flying cards you have to feel into it. P.S. Like not that it's like um, a card educational reading, but sometimes you have to feel into whether it's a part of the reading or it's not. Not all flippers are going to be, um, just a part of the reading. So I'm going to have to like do a lot of beverage drinking because I just feel like I need a lot of just liquids. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like they're all around me. I don't know which one. It's like a party. It's a liquid party. Hydration party, okay? Okay. So the first things first, on the interior, you can do the hard things, okay? So I don't know if I should do one by one. Yeah, we're just gonna go over that card. So because I was about to go right into it. Um, by the way, let me just reiterate, we are in Gemini season. Gemini season is literally confusing, okay? It's the back and forth. It's the not sure of what's going on. It's the having to like especially in communication, you have to be very clear and straight and to the point. And I feel like You Can Do the Hard Things has a lot to do with clear communication. Um for the record, I just want to say today because it came to me on the walk today. I feel like I feel really kind of way more beautiful in person today than I do on cam. So that's just because let me just tell you something. I went to, and this is not even like jokes. This is like real talk. Like I was walking my dog, and I was like, oh, um, That's me. This is me trying something new. Hold on, because I get to do that a little bit. Because whatever. But yeah, it's when your hair is shaped a certain way that like you kind of don't want it to be, but it's doing its own thing. Like you're not like this is just a different hair shape for me. Like I don't know how to, but it has to go this way. It has to go. Okay. So whatever, like I don't know, it's doing its thing. Like, but I did it really quickly this morning. I was just kind of quick about it, just to have something going on. But like, not my best hair day. Not also my best like look or feel on cam. But I was like, we gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Mm, so you can do the hard things, which also means that you, when it comes to communicating with somebody, you might have to do a lot of like breakdown of like what an issue at hand is so that you can both be on the same page. Um so the and also it's very interesting because I feel like it has something to do with boundaries and like where you might want like let's say it's like two people trying to compromise on something. It's like they're being heard, there isn't any compromising just yet, but they're hearing each other out, and where they're hearing each other out is through like the tone. So like if you're sensing somebody's aggression, you're doing the hard thing by pointing it out. You're like, "Hey, I did sense that." You know what I'm saying? "Hey, that was the case. That was the truth. Hey, this is my truth." And like I won't back down from it. And so the whole thing is it's like there might be like a little bit of a dispute, and it's not a bad thing. It's just more so having to really kind of stand your ground on things. Okay. I also sense that the universe is testing you a little bit through it. Like, what have you learned? What are you not going to fucking put up with? What are you, because here's the thing, you don't put up with something that has a negative reward, like a negative, not connotation or outlook, but a negative projection. Okay. That is something so solid that you have to learn from me. I will never put up with anything negative that has a negative trajectory. Fuck that. That is where I end that shit so hard, so fast. And people can say whatever the fuck they want about, oh, Tina's such a bitch. Tina's never fun. Fuck it, dude. I don't give a shit. But if you, like, for instance, and there's some examples were coming through, for instance, if like you get a person that is forcing you to do something, and you're like, nah, like that's not me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's equivalent to basically somebody like, I don't want to go as far to say rape, but it is that a little bit. It's like energetic, like it, like too much pressure on a person to do something is like energetic rape. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but like, put it this way, if I was about to tell somebody to go do YouTube, right? And the person's like, I don't like being on camera. Same with kids too. Kids like who have parents who want to put them on camera, they can't, like, the it would be a smart thing for the parents to wait to put their kids on social media is what I want to say. Um for what, like, basically it would be a smart thing for parents to wait until their kids can speak to put them on fucking social media to be like, do you want to? Now that's like a hit or miss, right? Because there's some kids that, like, for instance, are born into celebrityism, you know what I'm saying, and they didn't get a choice, they just showed up, you know what I'm saying. But they do have that choice too, like if you were to wait a little bit longer. Also, today's theme is very much so about patience, and it's the number 13. It's lucky 13. It's lucky, helpful people in travel day. Hey man, I don't know how to make you comfortable, girl. How about we do this? Okay. Whoa, no, 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 no. Oh no. I know you want to do that. It's like I make the fucking chair more comfortable for her so that she can fucking sit and I can't. Damn, man, damn. But she like wants to snuggle. sometimes I have to think about if that's a child or an animal. That's fucking nuts. So what was I gonna say? Um so yeah, so essentially, like, you have to have patience today. Today's a day of just slowing down. It's divine feminine day, even though it's like a sped up divine feminine day. But that's where I think the divine feminine can absolutely do the hard things, because she can go tit for tat in terms of like the comeback is real. Like, you're gonna fucking blame like a bitch for something, or a chick for something, and she's like healthy in her mind and her heart, like doesn't fuck anybody over, like doesn't, like creates win-win situations at all costs, like if you're and for the long term, like it's not just something that, oh, I do it once in a while. It's like, no, it's like a habit that actually comes about for the long term, because everybody can fucking be happy and joyous at the same time. Honestly, it's like, you know what it is to me, it's like a mountain. It's looking like mountain range, and all I want to say is, Shakira. Okay, we're trying to fucking fix it. Man, can you fix my hair? Can you fix my listen? I love you so much. I love you so much. And so, long story short, yeah, so essentially the divine feminine is in receiving mode, even though it's a little bit of a quicker receiving mode, which is pretty good when you're like, I guess maybe trying to magnetize or materialize. Woo, that came through. Or manifest something for yourself. Okay. I like the word materialize rather than manifest, and rather than magnetize, even though I like magnet also, but it's like materialize is my number one, magnetize is two, third is manifest. Because I never really connected with the word manifest. I'm like, I'm grateful that it exists, but I'm never like, what, I'm always like, what the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is, like, I don't even know what it's a weird lingo to me. Okay. So, but materialize is very like straight to the point, like, let's do this, let's ground it, and especially if as a divine feminine, we're kind of we're more the invisible energy, right? And so invisible energy now needs to make manifest, like, basically in front of us. I don't know how else to say it. Which, by the way, I feel like in terms of, do I say it? Do I not say it? Do it? Okay, I'm going to say it. I feel like it has a lot to do with love too. Today, it's like a day where it's very good for like energetic, like not energetic, but like a physical body to manifest in front of you, like to receive that. Okay, is a very it's a very good day for the divine feminine to receive a physical body in, like, basically, I don't know, her space, her zone, her, or like, in her maybe even embrace, but I was even gonna say like encompassing her, but like in her world. Okay, because that's essentially like, I think, what is harder for her to do, but also very much for her receiving to do as best as she can. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if that came out all that well, but it kind of did make sense. So, long story short, yeah, so today's a really great day to materialize stuff into your world. And by the way, that might also be the key to why females, I was thinking about that just earlier today or yesterday, I can't remember, why females are so about consumerism, and so like just wanting to collect things from excuse me, by the way, wanting to collect, like wanting to go shopping and things like that. It's not just due to nesting and, and beautifying and all that. It is that. But at one point also, let me just tell you, when you get to my level of, materialism, or how do I want to say it? Just spiritualism, rather. If you get to, when you get to my point of it, you really no longer, you just kind of want to have the basic stuff so that you don't have to take care of all the things all that much. And you just want cleanliness and you want simplicity and you want to be able to also have space so that like you can upgrade and you can move around and you can just yeah, so it's just like basically like you just and also you want, here's what was coming through before, is you want to be able to invest in like the key things that like you absolutely love on a basic bottom line level, but also are fabulous, like are fabulous in the regards to like here, let's talk about glasses, for instance. They're going to be around for a long time for one that wears them, so you're going to spend a lot on glasses and have one pair versus, and by the way, I feel like now you can absolutely have two or more, but you're going to spend a lot on one pair, and it'll look nice, it'll look convenient, it'll look I don't know why I said convenient, but maybe that's like a, it'll look classy, convenient, because you just have one pair to take care of. You basically just will pay for an expensive pair of glasses so that you can just have your pair of glasses and continue to basically use them, as what's coming through. um and so like the topic here is like you're going to invest in what is more quality rather than quantity, like a collection of sorts. Also, what's coming through is how interesting that is with people too. Like I feel like, or not people, I meant to say love. Like if you're a person who really is an enoughist, what I call it, like where it's like you're not a minimalist, but you have enough to where you feel fulfilled, you know what I'm saying? um so an enoughist essentially um has everything, but also is, because they invest in like what people like to call a capsule wardrobe and things like that, like just very quality things that you buy once and last a long time, and then you replace them once they're like not, once they kind of get damaged or whatever, like break or can't be used any longer. And so long story short, the idea here is, you know, the minimalists, I think, usually have a soul that they actually just want to have one person like be their lover, is what I want to say. Like they're one person hoe. I don't know how else to say it. Not that that makes any sense, but like she's just like, I feel like a guy or a girl, they're just more meaningful and they're just more about, just essentially yeah, just essentially being about one person for their soul and call it a day, so that I feel like is very abundant here. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm receiving. Thank you, spirit. And so long story short, yeah, that's basically like what's coming through. And um what else? So yeah, so that's just something to note. I think I'm going to move on to the next thing, but on the interior, you can do hard things. Okay. Also, it could mean even switching from one thing to another, which is like you made your choice on one, then you have to make your choice on, like it's kind of like you made your choice on one, you think you can't go back, but then you're like, okay, no, I'm gonna decide to go back. Also, I'm seeing a heart, so there is love in the air. Love is definitely in the air. Um, so we have cards that came out that kind of are in the one and the zero. Oh, my lemon squishy baby girl. I love you so much. Who's squishing me? Who's hugging me with her little paw? Yeah, I love you so much. She's the best hugger. Um, so the yin card has a lot to do with, I even want to say, connection to the divine today. So that again is the receiving. And it says it may not be easy, but it will be worth it. Okay. So she's definitely going through some fucking clearing and cleansing of stuff, getting herself together. Definitely we're talking about even beautifying here. Okay. There's something like beautifying something will be worth it in your world. Okay. And I also even think like beautifying has a lot to do with rebalancing something. So if something is out of whack or out of balance, like today's the day to put it back into balance. Okay. Even if it's a hard thing, you're going to do it. It'll be worth it. Okay. And it'll also create your life to be a whole lot easier. The Yang card is believe in yourself. So there's a healing that's going on with the divine masculine today, that they have to just trust the believing in not only themselves, but also the divine um, aspect of, I'm going to say the ruler of the universe is grounding, okay? Grounding like love in their life. You know what I'm saying? So there's also something in regards to believing in themselves. There's also something here that has a lot to do with if they know that a person is for them, they're going to heal something within themselves that's essentially going to allow them to believe that the connection is real and not move on to the next, the next chica or the next guy, depending on who you're interested in. So the whole thing here is it's like there is enough of a speed up, but there's also a slow down. I'm even getting like there's a speed bump. Okay. That's the hard part. That's where you can do hard things. That's for the divine feminine. By the way, that's what I'm getting today is like divine feminine is in control, because actually today I always read this mug that said Saturdays are for the girls or something like that. So I really, and I don't know why that is, but I feel like it's a divine feminine yang energy. So it's like it's slow and steady, but pretty quick. So excuse me, and I'm doing a lot of, well, actually I think I just drink Sprite. So I thought I was doing a lot of releasing, but also that too. What was I going to say? Back on my cute diet, bitches, because hell yeah, we're gonna eat cute during the beautiful spring and summer months. Um, what was I gonna say? It's not really a diet; it's a lifestyle. I'm a cutie patootie, so I gotta eat cute. um, which, by the way, it was so funny because I ran into some chick on social media, and she like was in the gym, and she whipped out like a can of tuna, and I don't know like how the fuck she brought I don't know how, don't even ask me, but somebody like sort of, taping her or whatever and recording her, and she's like, yep, it's time for protein, gotta get it in, whatever. And I was laughing because she's like, yeah, she's like, I had 2 eggs today, 2 hard-boiled eggs, I'm having, tuna right now. And I'm like, it really is that easy, it's really that cute. But the whole thing is, it's like we are all so used to having distractions. And that, my friends, is what comes down to, I think, not just discipline, but distractions need to get blown the fuck off first and foremost, and then create discipline. If that makes any sense, but that it can be vice versa with divine feminine, divine masculine, divine, or just humans in general. To be honest, I'm just trying to think. Um, I'm just trying to think about that, but that's a theme as of recently today too, where it's like the distraction is real, and that's exactly why that is exactly one of the hard things that the divine feminine has to go through, is kind of like going through this back and forth, like what the fuck do we do? Do we, when it comes to love, do we let love in? Do we not let love in? Do there's more things to be said and done. And we're in Gemini season, which Gemini season is like not only back and forth or like flip floppy, but it's confusing. It's really confusing. So you're like, okay. And not only that, it's like, you want, as a divine feminine, it's like, oh my god, fun months, you get to have fun, right? But then it's like, oh, by the way, you're also fucking, you own a business, you also have a job, like you also are starting a new job. It's like you can't really you can't really play around, like you have responsibilities. So the whole thing here is you have to question yourself on whether or not you can handle the distraction of one other thing to add to your plate, when really you might not be able to handle it, like, so for instance, I this morning I was tuning into one of the older episodes um of the Kardashians, okay? And I've always said it, they're great background like TV. But even when you're doing something like really trying to rebalance something and you're like listening in the background and you could be right in front of the TV, and it's still like it's so pleasurable to watch, because it's like you don't have to think too much. You're being entertained, and long story short, or you're being entertained while you're doing something. So it's and I really appreciate their show for that. But long story short, Kim was taking her bar exam, didn't pass the first time. And she was like, fuck, like it took me, I was like invested 6 years, like 6 years, like I've been kind of going towards this, right? And long story short, she was like, then she was like, all right, I have to. And it's crazy because it was like right around the time I was thinking about that shit to myself too. Like, okay, like I don't think I can handle it. Like, I don't think I can handle another distraction when it comes to love, even though I love love and I love above all, like I am that type of person. But the divine feminine, if there is no help or support there, a bitch has to rely on herself and cannot like go airy fairy like in her mind. Like she can't go, she has to stay focused. That's really what it is. And I kind of came up with my own like, I really don't think I can handle this, and I was thinking to myself, like, I think I can do one more year just to kind of like get everything more well grounded. And long term, because you don't understand, like people do understand, but you don't understand when it comes down to a really soulful person, like you carry a heavy load in terms of emotions, and like emotions that need to be processed, and things that just like, like being in a relationship should not be work, but essentially is another aspect of work, so you're just kind of like, I don't know if I can fucking handle like somebody's like, emotions about things going wrong, in a relationship, or things going like fucking haphazard, like you don't know, So like you know enough to like fucking not say full on yes to it, but you know that you kind of like fucking like, you're like, I don't know what else to fucking do here, because it's like, life is now also, So, and not that like anybody's, like not that you're being rushed into it, but you see the opportunity is what I'm trying to say. And so long story short, and it's a beautiful one, and long story short, it's like on the Kardashian, she said, all right, well, she's like, not only did I invest 6 years into this, but like I chose not to like date anybody during this time while I studied. And so she's like, all right, I guess I have to just go one more year and not date anybody, and try to see if I could pass the test. And I was like, dude, talking about passing the test, I was just saying that that was like a theme. That's crazy, because that's like another, aspect of it. And long story short, I was like, bitch, I fucking know. Like this shit is intense. It's like, but like it's just it's fucking weird, but like so it was a confirmation that like what I was thinking was kind of right up my alley. But like, do I want to? Absolutely not. I want to be having fun and friends and everything with everybody else. But the whole thing is, I don't. I. It's like a bitch has to, make sure that she's surviving and thriving at the same time. So so long story short, but here's the thing, that was handed to you, and then you might be flip-floppy and you might get like, all right, you know what, we're allowing ourselves to be serious for the next year, but also we're kind of being also led to, like a little time passes, and then you're like, you might have taken a shower, you might have done something like really good for yourself, and then, just to kind of release energy, and then you get a new perspective on things, get a new outlook, get lighter, and then realize, okay, you know what, I'm gonna be okay. Like if I just accept this into my world, I'm gonna be okay, because you never, like, that's the thing, like I'm the type of person that never wanted to wait, like never wanted to let love wait, right? Like I never did, but I ended up being that type of person that needed to let love wait, because it just wasn't right. It didn't feel great. I was around people who weren't of love. I had to, defend myself a lot. I had to like, there was no separation between me and the people that weren't of love. And so it was just kind of like, well, when the fuck, like when the fuck is Tina's turn, But now it's kind of like, well, I'm creating the decision, excuse me. Um, and I'm creating the decisions, with not only me, myself, and I, but with the ruler of the universe. And it's kind of like you need to know what is right timing and with who is the right timing with, so it's kind of like, it's just kind of it's a lot of back and forth, decision making. It's not all that cute, but again, you can do the hard things. You're doing the hard things today. Even flipping from one aspect, like you might have a conversation where you're like, this is not going to work. Thank you so much. Bye. Talk to you later. And then you flip flop and you're like, but actually it's so weird, because like the person that like you might be speaking to still has an open door, and then you're like, okay, you know what, like you're right, I'm gonna just kind of be on this, I'm gonna be on the same page with you. Like you might just decide in that split second, you know what, you're right, I'm gonna just try to like see this through, with you. And so the whole thing is, it's like you might just be a whole lot of flip floppy, but actually at the end of the day, it's a little bit more beneficial. You get what I'm saying? Also, somebody might want to blame you for it being so flip floppy in your, that you're being flip floppy, and you're like, there shouldn't be any blame, because we're all in Gemini season, so there's nothing to blame. But again, because you're a female receiving, receiving things, people might want to people will test you, it's kind of like, it's like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do with this, with this like, um with this pissed offness, so like let me just like, like jab it in her. And it's like, a bitch can't be jabbed anymore, by the way. Nope, it's not happening. Like, and if you jab her, you get double jab back. Like that's it. And you think you could fucking take that fucking pain? You honestly can't. You honestly can't. So the whole thing is, it's like, and that's a bottom line, double jab back. But like at the same time, you might even get more back, because it hurts, and also it's not that it just hurts, but excuse me while I spit. It's also the Grandmaster G's fucking decision whether you get it jabbed back twice or more. But also, let me just say something. Today, before I even got on here, I was thinking about how Today is Saturn Day. So things be coming back around. You know what I'm saying? Karmic fucking things be coming back around. So if you were born on a Saturday, you best watch your karma, because that shit will fucking really backfire on you if you don't actually choose to be of the good karma in this life. Like, it can backfire in the next step that you take or way later down the line. So you might as well just fucking put your best foot forward all the time. You know what I'm saying? Which, a lot of people would be like, that's so hard. That's so hard. It's like, no, it's not. Right? Right? You're the right person at the right time doing the right thing. That is your job, of a person doing good karma, or believing in good karma, or wants to like uphold their own good karma. Be high vibed, dude. That's the fucking job. So the whole thing is, it's like, and that should be the prayer that goes in each and every day, or once for an entire lifetime, depending on how you want to do it. Give me 1 second. I think I ran out of the soda, so I need some water. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to like down that a little bit. Anyhow, today's a day about breathing too. Just fucking breathe. Just keep breathing through it. That's basically what it is. So wild how things are working out today, and working out well. So today is still a good day. It just might be a little off kiltered, or just like it's like off to then go back on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is. Um all right, so I think there's a little bit more to talk about with this divine masculine card or divine yang card, which is believe in yourself. Okay. Believing in yourself, by the way, is believing in the God, in the Grandmaster G, and also in the grand scheme of things. That's something to kind of let you guys know about. There are some weird noises out there today. Anyhow, what else? Let me just see if there's anything else that I need to talk to you guys about. Yeah, I'm hearing that the pushback is real. The pushback is real, and essentially, it's where you need to believe in yourself and believe in the Grandmaster G, or vice versa, the most, so that you can stand your ground. Also, believe in yourself is the outer yang energy. So that means that you have to stand up for yourself on the exterior of you. There's going to be somebody that tests you, and you're just going to have to be like, you know what? You know what? What was that from? That what movie was that from? I forgot. You know what? But that was like a long time ago. That was like probably 90s movie. I can't remember where it was from. Was it like Goldfinger? Or I always call it Golden Finger, but it's not. It's like I can't think of it. Whatever. So, long story short, yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. Is like, you might have to do it. You might have to stick up for yourself. Do it in a very calm way, okay? Because it's a double divine feminine day. That's how I want to say, because it's the 13th. It's Saturday. Saturdays are for the girls. It's a double divine feminine day. Excuse me. Yeah, and somebody might want to get into an argument with you. That's what that means, actually, when in my country, in my parents' country, my father and mother country, mother and father country. So yeah, so in order to kind of diffuse it, you do this, right? But then also you literally, hi Mimi, I'm gonna squeeze you, my baby sheet girl. I love you so much. But also, By the way, something that came through, let me just tell you something about the believe in Grandmaster G, believe in yourself. There is something about also the dog that just clicks in your head, knowing that your dog, no matter what, and that's today, that happens today, like amongst the highest spiritual females, I feel that if you have a dog and you're kind of discussing things with, a future potential, oh, look at this. Oh, my little man. Oh, my little man. Oh, you're going to show your face to the. She's like, maybe. um, so there's going to be a. Look at her, look at her, look. Oh my goodness, I love her so much. Anyhow, there's going to be a moment where you look at your dog and you think to yourself, there ain't nothing coming between me and this dog. I could tell you that right now. And that's not that anything threatened it, but you realize that this dog has been through with you, it has been with you through the thick and the thin, and she ain't going nowhere. Like the connection between you and your dog is so fucking tight, dude. Like that nobody's getting between you two. That's all I have to say. Not to say that, like, again, not nothing like negative would maybe come up, but today's the day that you realize that you're like, no, my dog has so much more power than I thought she did when it came to me. You get what I'm saying? Not that they overpower, but I'm talking about the connection. The connection is so fucking real. It's so there, and it's so like tight knit. You know what I'm saying? And I think you might also realize like how important your dog is to you today. Which, by the way, it's not only your dog, but it's your grandmaster G of a creator. So it's basically more so letting yourself know that, okay, no, we're tight as fuck. Like ain't nobody coming through between me and him, and which is so beautiful because essentially that's where you want to be when it comes to you being in a relationship. It's like you don't there's nobody that can get in the way between you and your grandmaster G or your creator or your source or your ruler of the universe. Like there's nobody that's getting in the way of that. Like you know how fucking solid that shit is. What happened, baby girl? Oh, you're my baby sheet. Where's your my baby sheet? um Look at her. She my sweetheart girl. Oh, she my everything. She my everything girl. She my everything. So long story short, she just, yeah, today's the day that I realized, like, amongst this kind of not argument or tit for tat, but like I just realized it was like so important to me. So talk about responsibilities and like what the divine feminine has going on in terms of taking care of herself, her little baby dog cub. Her tell me she doesn't look like a little cub, like a little bear cub. Oh, my little bear cub. Sometimes she does, and I think today is the day too, but she looks like a little deer sometimes. She looks like a little sea lion sometimes. And then she looks like her doggy self majority of the time. Yeah, my sweetheart girl. Yeah, I love you so much. So the whole thing is, yeah, so it's just, and that's exactly like what many people have said, um, along this, along a spiritual journey, that essentially is what you're looking for when you do enter a relationship. You need to know that nothing can come between you and your divine creator as you go into a relationship with another person. which is like you want that solid relationship with the Grandmaster G before you enter a relationship. So today's a day where at least I know the divine feminine is going through not only the tit for tat, but the tit for tat back and forth kind of discussion is making her realize that she is, I love you, baby girl, that she's more closer to the divine than she ever thought she was or ever thought she would be. But because she's standing up for herself, she's also standing up for the creator. And so, and vice versa, right? So the whole thing here is, and that's why I say Saturnian, make sure you are standing your ground in the name of the ruler of the universe and yourself, or vice versa, because of the fact that that shit is so fucking real. And once that happens, it'll solidify something within you. It'll materialize a solidification within yourself. My third eye is even like itchy right now. So, which goes to show you, it's like that was the case. That was the case. Which my little baby, she took. Boy, are you cold? She's a little shaky. She's a little shaky. My baby girl. So anyhow, so that's what I just wanted to let you guys know on, in terms of like what it is that you might be going through today, that is something for you to really make sure that. And also, if you're going into like anything to like, if you're like experiencing something really annoyingly altering that you can't really grasp your head around, it's very important for you to believe in yourself, believe in the timing of your life, and believe in the Grandmaster G to be able to get through the tough area of life. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, Yeah, I'm also getting like you're getting prepared for something, by the way. And it's so crazy because you might not be where you like right now. Like you might not like it at all where you're right now. But if you connect the dots, you'll realize that you might just be in training for where you're actually supposed to be next, physically speaking. And um and it might just be way better, and it might just be something that you maybe grow into liking, as you go seek way better, you know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, it's like, yeah, so it's just kind of like, just, and relax. Today is a day about relax into it. So when I say like you might be going tit for tat discussion with somebody, the divine feminine that is at my level of spirituality, they simply don't give a fuck. But they will, so energetically we don't give a fuck, but like materialistically we are standing our ground. You know what I'm saying? Like materialistically we're grounding the knowledge, we're grounding the efforts, we're doing the work. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the work. Look at this little, oh my god. Oh, what, boy? What? I gotta squeeze her. I gotta squeeze her. I gotta squeeze her. You want to get down? Okay. So the whole thing is, yeah, we're both a little tired. That's what it is too. It's like she just showed like she was tired. Yeah, you're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to. So that adds on top of the whole like we don't give a fuck. You're resting. You're receiving. You're doing the best that you can to keep on moving forward. But also like the whole thing is, it's like you're really doing all the best that you can, but the best that you can do today is to stand up for yourself in a very nonchalant, that's what I'm trying to say, nonchalant type of way. um in a very yeah, nonchalant type of way, in a very just it's nonchalant because your emotions are not into it, right? That's what I'm trying to say. It's nonchalant and non I think that, yeah, nonchalant in terms of your emotions are not into it. You're not even interested in a fucking fight because you value your peace over anything. but at the same time it's like, but you're gonna set some fucking ground rules down, you know what I'm saying? So the ground rules are materializing for the divine feminine, the boundaries are materializing for the divine feminine, to be like, you might have just somebody in training that you're gonna be like, you know what, you might enter my world. uh, who knows whether you do or you don't, whether you decide to run or you stay. The whole thing is, I know that I put my boundaries down. You know what I'm saying? And the toughest fucking thing to do is put your boundaries down when you know somebody can fucking absolutely run. Make a mad dash, leave, bye. Like, you're such a fucking bitch. I can't handle you. Bye. It's like, all right, like that sucks. You know what I'm saying? But again, I work for the long haul. So whether you're going to stick around or you don't, that I still need to put the boundaries down because you have to know either which way. And since I work for the long haul, it's like that's why I do what I do. That's why I have to do what I do as a divine spiritual female. Like, it just has to be done. Because a lot of people don't put yourself in your situation, and not that you have to go into any depth of a detail or whatever, but it's more so just saying, hey, no, I don't feel comfortable. And if you keep pushing, hey, no, I don't feel comfortable. If you keep pushing, here's why I don't fucking feel comfortable, motherfucker. Like, because you're obviously not putting yourself into my world. But as I'm teaching you about me and putting yourself, and as I teach you about me, then I then like kind of teach you about how to put yourself into my world. Do you get what I'm saying? So you might not even want to teach today, or let somebody know about themselves, but it ends up working out in the same kind of degree where it's like, or same level, or on the same kind of deliberate spectrum of it all, where they learn both, because they're trying to, like, pressure and put something kind of like to you, or dig into you, right? And you're like, nah, we're not doing this. But then it's like, then after a while it's like, well, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, they might not ask for it, but if they keep on doing it, you have to kind of teach them, like, this is why you don't do it. And then once the why comes out, then I think it's a whole lot easier for people to understand, okay, this is why we don't do it. All right, fine. Like, it's easier to understand when you kind of just go that little route. And it sucks because I was just talking about this with a neighbor of mine. Like, the divine feminine can never fucking seem to get a break from, like, training or teaching. It's like, it's really full on exhausting. You get what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, it's like, I don't even want to fucking do that, but at the same time it's like, maybe I'm just born to do that. Where it's like, you have to fucking train bitches, like, or else how are they gonna know? um and it's like, another thing also, it's like, I've learned today, it's like, this is why men call the females, because when it comes down to, like, love or dating, a divine female, talking about her and having so many responsibilities, it's like, she doesn't call you because, on a practical scale, like, if she's done doing what she's done doing, she's gonna find more to fucking do around the house. Like, it is just what the fuck it is. Like, she's gonna put more makeup on, she's gonna put more bronzer, she's gonna touch herself up a little bit more, like, she's gonna reset the space, she's gonna, like, so the whole thing is, it's like, there's so much more to always do around the house. Just like, companies tell you that there's always something to do. That a bitch is not gonna fucking end up calling you. Like, you're gonna wait forever. And it was funny because I was laughing to myself, and yeah, I was laughing to myself about that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's probably why. But I'm teaching you guys right now that that's most likely why. But we haven't been taught that. We just think, oh, guys should call the girls and, like, whatever. And it's like, but why, right? Why are all these fucking things into play? Can we just fucking question that a little bit? Like, why does it fucking happen? Like, why did we instill this shit? There must be a reason. And so I think my mind has a little bit, like, unlocked itself to receiving the reasons as to why we do, like, the things that we're taught are old school ways of doing things. But to me, I'm just here having a good time. I'm just here learning, like that's kind of fun. But yeah, so as I'm learning, I'm going to try to, share it with you guys, and so you could hear it first. You could hear it here first. And probably, I mean, maybe not one and only. There's so many of us out there, but I'm saying maybe it might be one and only informations that, I get to receive um, and talk to you guys about. And yeah, so that's basically it. So, what was I going to say? I just love it's so interesting. I am such a fucking it's so funny because on here I'm like chatty Cathy, and like if you let me, like if a friend lets me talk, I'll talk forever. Like you have to like kind of like you have to like oh hi Mimi. You have to like kind of stop me, you know what I'm saying? But in when I'm really kind of just like not in the mood to talk, I won't talk at all. Like it's and I don't even give a fuck if it's awkward. I just don't talk. Like it's one of those things. So I just like laugh to myself at how awkward life can be, but also how fucking funny that shit is. You know what I'm saying? What you wanna say hi? Yeah, man has to say hi too. Hi. Hi, look at those beautiful eyes. Yeah, it's actually very rare where she likes to appear on video, but I think she knows that this relaxes me, so she kind of like she doesn't mind it. But anyhow, what else was I gonna say? All right, I think I'm going to get going, guys. And that was your reading for today. So, just to recap on the interior, you can do hard things. The yin card is it may not be easy, but it will be worth it. And the yang card is believe in yourself. Okay. And um, it will not be easy, but it will be worth it. That is essentially kind of you surrendering everything like that to the Grandmaster G. And the believe in yourself is what's being materialized and grounded within your world today. All right. And the push, I think, from the push within is you could do hard things. So that is all. I'll talk to you guys soon, and enjoy your lives and enjoy the electricity that is happening um, today, especially in NYC. That is so exciting. Okay. Bye, guys. Ciao. And maybe not just in NYC, but in the Tri State area. Okay. Bye. Let me see what's up. Okay. Let me just end the stream. Ciao, guys. Bye.